Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our NCP Wi-Fi Season 4 Week 3 battle against Shuckle King and his OK Rillaboomers. Shuckle's a really good friend of mine. I did the WBE PRs with him a little while back. If you don't remember that, a little ongoing series on both of our channels. He's a very, very, very good player and somebody that's, obviously a good friend of mine. So if you haven't checked out Mr. Shuckle King, definitely go do it. His link will be in the description below, as well as all the other coaches. And if you haven't subbed here, what are you doing? Go ahead and sub. Only 40 to 50% of you guys that are actually watching the videos each and every time they go up are in fact subbed. So if you want to go ahead and hit that button, it's really free, completely easy. You can always change your mind later. We got plenty of draft league content, whether it be NCP, BBR, or BBL. So 3 days in a row, draft content through Saturday through Monday. We got Wi-Fi battles going up during the week. We got Showdown Lives going up during the week. So plenty of competitive Pokemon content if that is what you enjoy. So definitely go ahead and hit that sub button. And yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into the team builder. I do like doing quick little team builder just so you can see what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, so you have that background knowledge going into the match. Either earlier on or right now, I'll have a big flashing thing on the screen saying this is when the battle starts. Go ahead and watch it if you want, but the team builder is here for those who want to have that background knowledge. So let's go ahead and jump into the matchup. Our team, if you did forget, consists of Latios, Excadrill, Scolipede, Jellicent, Sylveon, Moltres, Gigalith, Scrafty, Tangela, Xurkitree, and Stoutland, while our opponent's team consists of Dragapult, Melmetal, Cinderace, Porygon 2, Clefairy, Mantine, Kyurem, Landorus Eye, with Sand Force, not Sheer Force, but that don't matter in this matchup, we'll talk about it, Acelgor, and Roselia. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, not a big fan of this matchup. There's a lot of things I just don't deal with very well, one of which being Pult. Pult is incredibly terrifying versus my team. My checks to it are very iffy at best. Melmetal can be very, very annoying for our team if it does click the right button and predict correctly, as well as that Kyurem can be annoying depending on the set, as well as the what do you call it, the Landorus Eye, which is honestly the biggest threat to my team. Even if it's not Sheer Force, the fact that I feel like I'm forced into bringing Excadrill because it's my best win con. I think by far it is for sure my best win con. We'll get to it, but I'm SD3 attacks, and I think he can really rip through Shuckle's team if I position it correctly. But that also means that I'm giving Sand to that Sand Force Landers, and I do not have a switch into Earthquake in the Sand at all. Earthquake and Knockoff in the Sand, Knockoff obviously isn't boosted by Sand Force, but Earthquake, Knockoff, and Rock Slide kind of just massacre the team I'm bringing, because I'm not bringing Tangela because I think it sucks here. And, maybe that's going to be my downfall, but, we'll end up seeing how it goes. But let's go ahead and jump into this. It's not a favorable matchup, but I think we do have the pieces, and that first piece is going to be Latios, rocking out with the Life Orb, Levitated its ability, Psyshock, Draco, Meteor, Aura Sphere, and Roost. EVs wise, we got 28 HP, 36 defense, 220 special attack, 4 super def, and 220 speed with a modest nation. Now, EVs wise, we are creeping a Landorus, creeping a Moltres. We Oko offensive Necro with Draco Meteor, which is awesome. We have a Life Orb number in HP, and then we threw the rest in defense. This Pokemon is here to wall break. It is one of the only Pokemon on my team that can really wall break his team phenomenally. Psyshock, Draco, and Aura Sphere rip through my opponent's team. There's not much he can do about it. If we click the right button, predict correctly, we can really start ripping through Mr. Shuckle King's team, and that's going to be this thing's job, is to chip things down into range of Excadrill, which is going to be our main way of winning this game. Next up, we have our Scrafty, rocking out with Intimidate, Assault Vest as its item. I did that backwards, but whatever. Knockoff, Dragon Tail, Drain Punch, and Foul Play. EVs wise, we get 212 HP, 44 attack, 108 speed def, and 108 defense, 44 speed def, and 100 speed with an Adamant nature. Now, not only is Scrafty here to check the Pult, but is mainly here to check the Necrozma, because Calm Mind Necro actually just kind of rips me a new one I don't have Scrafty, as well as like a Dragon Dance X Scissor set can also be very, very, very scary. So I wanted to have something to check that thing and, keep it at bay. And Scrafty definitely does so well. And we have Wish Support to potentially keep it healthy later on. So that's obviously very, very important. EVs wise, we are creeping No Speed Mantine. We live 2 Specs Dracos after rocks from that Dragapult. We live a +1 Adamant Life Orb Darts from full, and then we have the rest to our attack. Foul Play is for things like Necro. If it's like Colbur and like Dragon Dancing up, we'll be able to Foul Play it instead and do a lot of damage like that. We can catch things like Landers with that. It helps us with like a DD Colbur Pult. It's just overall a nice move to have. Knockoff is super spammable versus my opponent because their only resist is going to be that Clefairy, which again doesn't want to be knocked off. I'm walled by it other than that, but again, I have an extra if Clefairy comes. That's honestly pretty beneficial for me because it's my main way of setting up in this game. Next up, we have Gigalith, rocking out with the Smooth Rock Sandstream as its ability. Stone Edge, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Stealth Rock. EVs wise, we got 244 HP, 172 defense, and 92 speed with an impish nature. Now this Pokemon is here to set up sand, obviously, get up rocks, and it's actually here to potentially lure in the metal, get a big hit off it. We're Iron Defense and Body Press. We have enough speed for 12 speed metal, and then we have the rest in HP plus defense just to live those hits a little bit better. Be a nice physically offensive check. Stone Edge is actually pretty free versus my opponent, which is awesome. And then Iron Defense Body Press is really good as well for things like Porygon, or things like metal, or things like a Subcurum, though I don't expect Subcurum because I do have a Sylveon, but you never know, it could end up coming if Shuckle is confident enough in taking out said Sylveon. Next up, we have our Wincon, the Extra rocking out with the Shuckleberry, Sand Rush as its ability, Earthquake, Iron Head, Swords Dance, and Rock Slide. EVs wise, we got 60 HP, 148 attack, 20 defense, 84 speed def, and 196 speed with a jolly nature. Like I said, if we can find an opportunity to get up a Swords Dance, we get a little bit of chip on things like Porygon, on things like, yeah, honestly, on things like Porygon. At +2, Extra pretty much OHKOs this entire team outside of a defensive Porygon. So if we can find a way to chip that thing down, force it in with our Latios, get a big Draco, get a couple Aura Spheres off on it, find that opportunity to SD on something like a Mantine, on something like a Melmetal, because we are Shuckleberry, we can live any Pult hit, we'll honestly be in a really, really solid spot. EVs wise, we are creeping Modest Scarf Pult in the sand. If we are at +2, we will outspeed the thing unless it's Timid Scarf, which would be pretty unfortunate, but something I could definitely see coming. We live a lot of hits, and I kind of list them off just to kind of show the fact that we can get a lot of SD opportunities off if we do play our cards correctly. We live a Jolly Sandforce Earthquake after Rocks from Landorus with our Shuckleberry. We live a Modest Heat Wave from Necro. We live a Max Defense Body Press from Melmetal. We live a Max Modest Specs Ice Beam from Kyurem. Timid Specs Flamethrower from Pult. So a bunch of things that we can definitely set up on, and then we have the rest in our attack just to do as much damage as humanly possible while still being able to set up on a lot of those big threats. And then next up we have Sylveon rocking out with the leftovers. Pixelate is its ability, Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell. 180 HP, 196 defense, 44 special attack, 4 speed def, and 84 speed with a bold nature. EVs wise, we are creeping No Speed Mantine. We KO max HP Dragon Ball after rocks with our Hyper Voice, and then we live in a +1 Adamant Life Orb, stealing from Dragon Ball. This is going to be one of our main Dragon Ball checks, especially if it does end up being physical. This is a pretty solid check to it. We can choose special hits as well. Specs is going to be a little bit more annoying, but between Scrafty and Sylveon, we should be able to pivot around it pretty well. And Hyper Voice is actually pretty solid versus my opponent. Things like Roselia are a little bit annoying for it, but other than that, it's pretty free. Melmetal doesn't appreciate taking the chip at all, and everything else. And same with Cinderace, especially because we got a little bit of investment. So I think Sylveon's very solid. It's here to Wish Protect. It's here to check things like Dragapult and Kyurem especially. And it's here to Hail Bell off burns and Toxics and things like that, because I know Shuckle loves his status, so we got to be careful about that. And then lastly, we have Jellicent rocking out with a Rocky Helmet. Cursed Body is its ability over Water Absorb, because 1, I'm not super scared of Mantine. 2, I don't want Porygon walling me. We're actually meant to beat Porygon 1v1, so it walling me would not be a good idea. We got Scald, Taunt, Shadow Ball, and Recover. 236 HP, 132 defense, 4 special attack, 52 speed def, and 84 speed with a bold nature. Now, EVs wise, we are also creeping no speed Mantine, I believe. We live a Specs Dragapult Shadow Ball, and from full, not after rocks. I think after rocks is a roll. And then we have the rest into defense. This is going to be our main Melmetal check. This is going to be our main Cinderace check. And this thing is going to be a solid Landorus eye check as well. This is a great stall breaker in this game. A lot of his fat does not appreciate me scalding and taunting and shadow balling and just being a general nuisance all over them. We beat things like Porygon 1v1. We beat things like Clefairy 1v1 pretty easily. Recover over Strength Stat because it gives me a little bit easier, a little bit more reliable way of recovering my health opposed to relying on other people's attack stats to heal on up, which I thought was pretty important. And yeah, Scalp Shadow Ball hits my opponent team pretty hard, which is obviously pretty cool. But with that being said, that is our team. Let's go ahead and jump right into the match. All right, guys, here we are with the battle. Let's see what he brought. Oh, he brought the Lando, which is terrifying because I give that thing sand and I have no fucking switch-ins to that thing. So that's going to be fun. No Necro is awesome for Scrafty. He can use it much more liberally to check a lot of annoying things. Nothing on his team wants to switch into a knockoff. If Clefairy gets knocked, it's basically useless. And everything else just really hates Scrafty. So honestly, part of me really just wants to lead off with said Scrafty. Get an Intimidate off on something. If it's a lead Clef, so be it. I can pivot around it. I could also lead Taunt Jelly. Taunt Jelly also does well, but I want to lead well versus Kyurem, because Sub Kyurem can actually be very... Sub Kyurem's not that scary, because I have a whole ass Sylveon. So I'm actually pretty confident in what I'm seeing, and I really want to get that initial Intimidate off on something, so... this is great. Not too worried at this point. And yeah, if he leads with the Dragapult, free knock, I will live anyone hit from that thing. Guaranteed. I am AE and pretty physically defensive as well. Obviously, it can be clear body, so it won't get affected by my Intimidate, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But good luck to Mr. SK. Hopefully, we can nab this dub off of him. And start off our Season 3-0. This will be a good test. We're both 2-0. I think he's the 1 seed. I'm the 2 seed at the moment. So, awesome. This is a phenomenal lead for me. I'm super fine with this. So, I think what I'm going to do is just throw off a free knock. Or I could just pivot Jelly and not take damage on this thing. I feel like pivoting Jelly is actually way nicer. If he's like a weird Toxic set, so be it. I also just throw off a free Scald. He doesn't appreciate Jelly at all either, being that I'm taunt. Things like Porygon, I'll actually beat 1v1 pretty easily. Unless it's pretty offensively invested Thunderbolt. So, we're going to go hard Jelly. There's no reason for me to take that hit. So he's going to double out. Maybe I should have knocked. Trifecta. I would have loved to knock on that thing. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to taunt. I don't want rocks going up. And I don't think this thing really threatens me offensively. So, it's going to fall for the taunt. It can't use Toxic after the taunt. Very nice. I'm going to go hard into my, my dude here. My, whatchamacallit. My Gigalith and try and get up rocks. I'm going to try and get up rocks. As this thing can't teleport either, so if he makes a double, then he makes a double. Not too big of a deal in all honesty. Moonblast, that's fine. This is going to bounce. I'm a Gigalith and you're a Clefairy. Yeah. No, my special attack. I am Smooth Rock, so the no lefties residual is going to be a little bit annoying, but I'm just going to get my rocks, like I said. I don't think I really need to do anything else. So, awesome. Rocks are up, and they're here to stay unless it's Defog Lando. If it's Defog Lando, so be it. You got me, bro. So that's great. Rocks are going to be nice. It gives me information on things like Kyurem, which is going to be big melee. Again, I'm not super worried. I have my whole full health, what do you call it? Jellicent in the back. Which always comes in on this thing. Even if it's banded, I chew a Thunder Punch because I'm pretty physically defensive. I'm Helmet, so if you want to click the Iron Bash, it's fine. If you want to click Toxic, that's also fine because I do have Heal Bell in the back on Vaporeon. I mean, on Vaporeon. The hell? Sylveon. It's a different water type. Thunder Punch. It's fine. I'm going to chew this. There's the Helmet. So 205 down to 75. What does that tell me? Should have calced quicker. Melmetal. Level 50. 205 down to 75. So he's not banded. And a recover here. Okay, that's fine. I'm very surprised he's willing to just give me a bunch of damage on this thing. He's going to continuously click Thunder Punch. I don't think I can really recover on this thing again, which is unfortunate. Damn. Yeah, I gotta click Scald here. I really think he's gonna make the pivot out on the Scald this turn though, but I can always recover up later. So I'm just gonna Scald. I can even potentially, yeah, fuck, I knew it. Oh, and make the play, you idiot. I knew he was gonna pivot out that turn. It's whatever though. So out comes Big Porygon. I'd love to get a burn on this thing. Yeah, I'm Curse Body, so you will not be tracing my Water Absorb, sir. Ha, that did nothing! Give me the burn! Oh no, I'm gonna die to sand. It's all good. It's all good. Now, I think my play here is to go hard into our Big Scrafty. And I'm just gonna click Knockoff. Left can come in if it wants, but then it's, again, going to be just super, super chipped. And Melmetal is kind of in range of everything. I think it's in range of an Aura Sphere at this point as well. which is obviously nice. I have a lot of things to really offensively pressure it. So Jelly goes down a little bit earlier than I initially anticipated, but I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, this thing can come out, but and it's a free knock. So I'm not super, super worried. Now, part of me... I want to pivot Sylveon, because I think a potential, like, a flamethrower may come out here, and I don't want to go hard drill and take all that damage on it. I just don't think that's, you know, a super optimal play by me. We know his Melmetal is not banded as well, and I think it might be in range of Earthquake by now as well, as long as it's not, like, super physically defensive, and based on those calcs, it looked to be, like, max Adamant, or something close to it. So I'm going to switch. This thing's not half as much of a problem. Baton Pass. Does he not know you can run Teleport? With, I don't think he knows you can run Teleport with, Magic Guard now. But the Ability Capsule thing came out. So. Melly's gonna come out. Again, it's a little bit unfortunate because we did lose, our guy. But, it's whatever. It happens. Now the only issue is I don't really pivot into this thing. I could go Scrafty. Let's check that calc. Into Scrafty with Intimidate up. It's not banded. I do chew that hit. I think I am going to Intimidate pivot it. And it also covers like a potential Earthquake or Body Press play. I am shook up, but I don't want to take that hit because, again, Extra Drill is such a good win con in this endgame. I just don't see the benefit in doing so at this point. So I'm going to Intimidate it. Double Iron Bash is going to pop. So that's a good chunk. That's a lot. But it's fine. We still actually do have Wish support in the back, so. Sandstorm is going to subside. Now, I think I'm going to make the double into my drill. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the double into my drill. Let's see. Okay, Porygon 2. If he's... But if we actually don't even 2 KO that thing, which is pretty crazy. But it's alright. You just double Iron Bashes again. Okay. I can always wish myself up. Not that big of a deal. If he's super bulky and he does end up living this Earthquake, then I can end up, what do you call it? Just wishing this thing up a little bit later on the Clefairy. So again, I'm not super worried. I'm not super worried. For 116, the only question is if we live this upcoming hit. Randor, is this going to be... he's going to go hard Lando. I guess you got my ass. That's a fair play, though. I guess it is just a good middle ground. This is fucking scary. I'm going to go... do I go hard Latios? I don't even know if I can go hard Latios. That's the only issue. I'll live a hit. I guess I have to. I guess I kind of have to. Fuck, dude. I'm in a bad position. I'm not in as good of a position as I would have liked to guess. Think I was? Yeah, knockoff's gonna come out. Fuck, Owen. Yeah, that's the game. I lose now. I 100% lose now. I don't have a way of winning. Yeah, the game's over. Unfortunate. I think I might get 6-0'd. That's just not very good at positioning on my end. Fuck, Owen. Fuck. Okay. And again, I feel like I need to make some kind of play, but I don't know what that play is. I can't really pivot out on anything. I'm just gonna hyper voice. Like, Melmetal's gonna come in. I'm gonna be fucked. Yeah. Okay. It's all good. Here it comes. Big Melly. I guess this is unrecoverable damage, which is nice. I just don't see a position in which... Oh, Was that a crit? I think that might be a KO for me. Unless I'm... No, that's not a KO. I'm clicking buttons too fast. Maybe he overpredicts. Damn, I clicked buttons way too fast. I'm an idiot. Now I lose to Dragon Bolt. Haha. Yeah, now I lose to Dragon Bolt. Maybe I should have set Gigalith and use this as my opportunity to set up a drill. Yeah, that was a bad play by me. Jeez, Owen. That was so fucking ass. I'm gonna get 6-0'd now. Well. I guess you just have shitty games sometimes. I guess you just have fucking shitty games sometimes. So, we're gonna go hard, whatchamacallit. We're gonna go hard into our Excadrill. Does Excadrill even kill with Iron Head to cover like a weird Landers pivot? Melmetal. Yeah, I fucking played like ass this game, dude. Iron Head may not even kill. That's the worst part. I feel like it does. I mean, whatever. He may try and save diff, too. So it is. I figured it would. So we're not going to get 6-0'd. Very, very shitty game by me, though. How to not play a Pokemon game. Look at this fucking video. Very shitty game by me. Just awful positioning. I guess my play... Okay. Let's check something. 2A. Lander's Eye. Knock off. It's max attack. It's not Life Orb. So, one, I need to see what his item is if he killed my Gigalith. I mean, if he killed my Latios from full. He has to be banded? Or he has to be... Yeah, he has to be banded. Which means... In Sand... An Earthquake. Sand Force. Fuck. I guess my play is to sack Giga. And go for a flinch just to try and get some diff. Again, I don't think that there's an end game in which I can really win this. I should have sacked Scrafty, because actually in Sand... So he's going to Rock Polish. Shit. Well, that's definitely the game. Something I can do is... Now I have to pivot Scrafty. Yeah, now I have to pivot Scrafty. I have to get an Intimidate drop. Something like that. So what? How did he kill my Latios with Knock? I guess... How did he kill my Latios with Knock? Sand wasn't up. Yeah. Sand wasn't up. I don't know how he killed me. Alright, I mean, crit doesn't fucking matter at this point. Excadrill in the Sand. Unless he's adamant? Are you adamant? I mean, that's the only way you killed me before. Earthquake is a roll to kill me if he's adamant. If he's jolly, it actually doesn't kill me. So I guess I go Gigalith. Stone Edge. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I thought I EV'd to live one of those hits, too. He's not Life Orb. The Expert Belt? I guess if he's Expert Belt... I don't know, man. Regardless, we just don't have enough turns to win the game. I'd love to hit the Stone Edge. Give me a crit. The crit didn't even kill. That's pretty funny. I won't lie. And then we just body press right here. So it's a roll to live with our drill. Because we're Shuka. And he's -1. So maybe we'll get some diff back. I'll take that. But this game is lost no matter what. He just pivots around until drag is in outside of rain. I mean, outside of sand, and he wins. So there's nothing I can do about this game. GG Shuckle. He played better than me. I played like dick. So that's just Pokemon, I suppose. Not much I can do about it there. That's on me. So we are Shuka. Honestly, I think we died to this, especially if you Z-Belt. But I'd love a diff point. Yeah, we're going to drop. Was it a crit? No, it wasn't. So, again, GG Shuckle. Just not our best game. Good thing it's early on in the season. We have a 2-win cushion, so a 2-1 on the season. And again, he just played a lot better than we did, unfortunately. And that's just Pokemon sometimes. Sometimes you just have shitty games. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Drop a like if you haven't done so already. Sub if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.